We finally made it this far. We're finally checking out a laptop. And the first laptop we're going to see on this channel is the cheapest OLED laptop from ASUS, the VivoBook 15 OLED with an 11th Gen i3 processor, 8GB of RAM, and a half terabyte of NVMe storage. I was originally planning to purchase an M1 MacBook Air, but because there's a ton of content out there already, why not try the ones that most people would actually buy? And that's how I came up with this laptop. Take note, this isn't sponsored by ASUS or anyone. I bought this laptop with my own money from a store just like most consumers. But before we get started, here's a short message from the sponsor of this video. CityKey Offers specializes in delivering cheap and legitimate software and game codes. If you ever need a Windows 10 Pro or a Microsoft Office key, you can buy one at a very cheap price. To do so, just visit citykeyoffer.com. Search for Windows 10 and choose a suitable copy for you. But in my case, I always go for a professional copy. Before making a payment, make sure to type in the RC20 code for an exclusive 30% off discount. After that, you can choose your preferred payment method. You will receive the code via an email that redirects you to the website of CityKey Offer, and from there you can get your Windows 10 key. Since my Windows 10 copy is already activated, I just can simply change my product key to the new one that I just bought. If you need a Microsoft Office key, the steps are pretty much the same. Just make sure to type in the RC20 code for an exclusive 30% off discount. CityKey Offer provides permanently valid keys with 30 days of return and exchange period. You can check out more deals in the video description below. So the VivoBook lineup from ASUS is right below the ZenBook series. They are not as pricey as ZenBooks, but you do lose a few premium features like ultra thin or all metal design. But for the most part, like the essential features, they are present here at a lower cost. The VivoBook 15 OLED is a 15.6-inch laptop with a standard 16:9 aspect ratio. There are 14 inches model with a bigger battery and dedicated GPU, but that costs around $1,000 or around 50,000 pesos. But for this one that comes with a suggested retail price of 34,995, it's all about that OLED display. As far as I know, only Lenovo and ASUS are selling laptops with OLED screens. ASUS claims the display here can go up to 600 nits in HDR and around 400 nits in SDR. But so far, it's a really bright panel compared with laptops at this price point and even the ones that cost above it. It's a glossy panel instead of matte, so the gorgeous colors of OLED really gets showcased here. ASUS also claims 100% DCI-P3 color gamut for this display, making it one of the most accurate panels at this price point. Before purchasing this laptop, I compared the M1 MacBook Pro with this one, and the difference is just night and day. I just couldn't take my eyes off this OLED display because it was just way better. It looked brighter, more colorful, and it's just awesome. On paper, the MacBook Pro is brighter at 500 nits, but in person, the VivoBook 15 OLED actually looked brighter, all thanks to that glossy display. Reflection is the biggest downside to owning a glossy panel, but in the right environment, this one stands out. The refresh rate is still 60Hz, which is still fine for the laptop. Although this is not yet my full review, I can already comfortably say that this is one of the best laptops displayed for content consumption. The chassis is mostly made of plastic, except for the lid that uses metal. For this specific OLED K513 model, this only comes in inky black color. For a 15-inch device, this one is relatively lightweight at 1.80 kg and reasonably thin as well. On the left side, you have access to two USB 2.0 ports and a battery charging indicator. On the right side, you have the 65-watt charging port, HDMI 1.4, USB-C, USB 3.1 Gen 1, headphone out, and microSD 4.0 reader. The port selection is good, but I think they missed the chance to put Thunderbolt support here. While I wish I could open the back panel for you to see, it would void the warranty, but ASUS was kind enough to confirm that this model supports one more space for 2.5-inch SATA storage, and one of the RAM slots is indeed removable and upgradable. There's only one fan inside according to ASUS website, but it only reaches maximum RPM when the laptop is plugged into a wall outlet. The keyboard is slightly shifted towards the left side to make space for the numpad, but it doesn't support backlighting for this model. If you want backlit keys, you have to go for the i5 model. The plastic trackpad isn't too small nor too big, but the fingerprint scanner is really fast and responsive, perhaps one of the best at this price range. The speakers are tuned by Harman Kardon and they do sound good, even better than regular laptop speakers, but it's being held back by low peak loudness. The camera is 720p, although they lack sharpness, the colors are well preserved provided there's good lighting. There's also a physical switch to deactivate a function of the camera for better privacy. So far, that's the VivoBook 15 OLED with the i3 variant. My full review will come out very soon, but for now, I just gave you a quick glimpse of this laptop. I have yet to talk about the pros and cons of using OLED laptops, the quality of the mics, and the day-to-day performance. Given this is just an i3 model, you can assume you can't do anything too intense, but who knows, not all laptops perform the same. I will say though that I can't believe that there's a laptop at this price range that sports an OLED panel and beats nearly every laptop that's not OLED. The quality of laptop displays is usually overlooked by manufacturers, especially the brightness level. I'm just so glad that this laptop exists. It doesn't mean the market will be saturated with OLED laptops soon, with some manufacturers preferring mini LED over OLED for obvious reasons like burn-in. But I think this will push the envelope when it comes to laptop displays. That's it. Drop a sub or like if you feel supporting the channel, and until the next one, stay safe.